Or not to mask? That was the question for parents and students, where the mandate was finally lifted today. But for the largest school districts, there was no option. Students were required to keep their faces covered. Good evening and welcome. I'm Kurt Autry.
And good evening. I'm Makia Turner, joining you tonight outside of the Virginia Supreme Court, where we have been awaiting a ruling in response to a lawsuit that was filed by 13 Chesapeake parents. These parents challenging Governor Youngkin's executive order, which makes masks optional in schools. And again, that executive order took effect today, and they're also leaning on a state law that requires schools to follow CDC guidelines, as Governor Youngkin and other Republicans are pointing to a 2013 law that says parents have a fundamental right to make decisions when it comes to their child's upbringing, education, and care. So at this hour, we do know that Attorney General Jason Miyares has filed a motion asking the Virginia Supreme Court to, in fact, dismiss this lawsuit. He had hoped that some action would have been taken today, but again, still no word as we await outside of the Supreme Court with you tonight. But again, so far, no action has taken place. We know the parents want the executive order declared void and unenforceable. Miyares argues that parents have a fundamental right to make decisions concerning their child. Now, the governor's office also faces a new lawsuit, one filed by the Richmond School Board and 6 other school boards across the state. So joining me tonight, we have John Hood, who's been following developments very closely. So, John, tell us about this latest lawsuit that's been filed against the governor.
Yeah, well, Makia, last night we were at the Richmond School Board's emergency meeting where they voted on some type of legal action against Governor Youngkin's Executive Order number 2. Now, last night we didn't know exactly what that would look like because many of the school board members were barred from saying what that legal action was. But this afternoon we found out that they're joining several other schools around the Commonwealth in filing a lawsuit. Richmond Schools joins Fairfax, Hampton, Alexandria, Arlington, Falls Church, and Prince William County in a lawsuit challenging Governor Youngkin's optional mask order. It's legal action that represents more than 350,000 students around the Commonwealth. The group of school boards say the issue at hand is whether an executive order can supersede a decision that school boards make for their community. It's support that Chesapeake parents who filed a lawsuit last week against the order say knew would come.
In addition to keeping the children of Virginia safe during a pandemic, which is the worst pandemic that we have seen in the United States. It is also ultimately about following the law of the Virginia Constitution.
Governor Youngkin's spokeswoman released a statement saying, quote, "We are disappointed that these schools are ignoring parents' rights. The governor and attorney general are in coordination and are committed to defending parents' fundamental right to make decisions with regard to their child's upbringing." Attorneys for the Chesapeake parents amended their lawsuit Monday afternoon after new guidance was released by the Virginia Department of Health and Department of Education that emphasizes personal responsibility over mask mandates. Legal analysts say both sides have a strong argument, but it will be up to the courts to decide who wins.
I think it's clear that everyone has the same concerns, and that is the well-being of the children who attend public schools. And the question is, who has the overriding authority to ensure the safety of those children within the schools?
Now, some of those updated guidelines that Governor Youngkin set out last week for school divisions are involved around mitigation strategies and layering them, such as social distancing, increased testing, and increased vaccinations. On your side in Richmond, Sean Hood, NBC 12 News.